and welcome back to another week of learning about the Power Platform. My name is Andrea Pineos, and I'm excited to be sharing with you today how to configure a business process flow in a model-driven app. In the last few weeks, we have gone over how to build a solution in the Common Data Service, how to build your first model-driven app and Power Apps portal, and now we will dive into a modification for the model-driven app in Power Apps. A business process flow defines a set of stages and steps that are displayed at the top of the form for the table you have chosen. Each stage has a group of steps that the user has to check off before continuing to the next stage. This is the business process flow we will be building. It has a stage for brainstorming, planning, pre-trip, and post-trip. The new columns we will be creating are listed at the bottom for each stage. These columns will be our steps, and the data type for each of these will be yes, no. You can make a step required so that people must enter data for the corresponding field before they can proceed to the next stage. Once the user has selected yes for each step, they can proceed to the next stage until they finish the flow. Business process flows provide a guide for people to get work done. So the first thing we want to do is sign in to the Maker portal, and then navigate to the trip planner solution, and then the trip table. Once we're inside the trip table, please take a screenshot of this image right here. You're going to want to add all of these bolded items as columns with the data type of yes or no. So this is an example of what one will look like. This is for destination chosen. The data type is yes or no, the items are yes or no, the default value is no, and I have marked it as required so that the user is required to select one before they move on. You should have a total of 9 new bolded columns in your trip table. Once you've finished, click Save Table. Go back to the trip planner solution and publish all customizations. Once that's done, we'll want to navigate to the classic view to be able to configure the business process flow. So click on the ellipsis and switch to classic. This is what your classic view should look like. You'll select this drop down next to entities and select the trip entity. You want to check off this business process flow checkbox here. Select Publish and Save. Then you'll navigate down to Processes, select New, give your process a name, the category is Business Process Flow, the entity is Trip, and leave everything as is and hit OK. A new window will pop up, and you will now begin to build the steps for your business process flow. You'll be giving this default value for new stage, and trip is going to be added as the entity since that is what we selected previously. So we'll click inside here, and we'll give this the same name that we gave step 1, brainstorming. We'll hit Apply. And now we'll select this drop-down Details. And for the first step, we're going to click on this Data step. And we'll select Destination Chosen as our data field. And now we'll populate that step name. We'll mark this as required and leave the sequence as 1. Hit Apply. And then once that's done, click inside this trip brainstorming step here, hit the Add button at the top left-hand corner, and select Add Data Step below the Destination Chosen step. Ensure that this is highlighted, Data Step 2, and select the next one, which is Travelers Confirmed. Mark this as required and hit Apply. Do the same thing for Budget Decided. Once we finish that first step, we're going to hit Add Stage, hit this plus button, and now we've added our new stage. We're going to name this stage Planning. select Apply, hit the drop down for details, select data step number 1, and we're going to select flights booked. Follow this process for the next step 2, step 3, and step 4. I have completed step 2, planning, step 3, pre-trip, and in step 4, these data steps are going to not be required. Once you finish with that, you're going to hit save and validate. Then we want to ensure that we activate this business process flow. You'll navigate back to the classic UI and ensure that the status of your trip planner process is activated. Ensure that you publish all customizations. Navigate back to the regular UI, go to the trip planner, find your trip planner model driven app, hit the ellipsis and select edit. You'll be directed to this app designer. You want to select business process flow from the artifacts on the right hand side. And you want to select the process that you just added. Save, publish, and play. To test your new business process flow, select New, and as you can see here, your new business process flow has been activated. This is what it will look like. You can start putting in information and actually start selecting if you want to go through the process. So has the destination been chosen? You can select yes. Travelers chosen, also select yes. And as you can see here, all of these have been chosen. Then we can move on to the next step. And you'll get a time frame for this too, how long this user has been in the brainstorming process. For planning, same idea, all of our columns have been added. You can select yes. And once those have been added, you can go to the next step. Select save and close. And if you want to go back, you can. And now you'll have this button that says next stage. So now this bar will turn orange and you'll be taken to the next stage. Since these are all selected yes, we'll also move to the next stage, or you can go back to the previous stage. Same with pre-trip. These are selected as no right now, but if you've already completed your to-do list items, you can select yes and the next stage. You can also add a conditional in your business process flow that says, if the items are not selected as yes, do not let the user proceed to the next stage. Was this trip successful? I'm going to say it was a success, and you can select finish. You have successfully created a business process flow. There are more things you can do with this flow that will make your process come to life, but this is a good start. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel for weekly Power Platform videos. Thanks for watching.